pluck with your right hand, you have to pluck with your first two fingers simultaneously. So now we'll try this again. 3, 4. I'd like to move on now to our last technical section and talk a little bit about some special techniques. Now, these aren't necessarily standard techniques, but they are some ideas that you might want to try and play around with and maybe incorporate into some bass lines that you're working on. The first one I'd like to show you is the double pluck. Now, for this technique, you're going to come down with your thumb and then pluck with your first and second fingers. Now, you notice that I'm using my little finger as an anchor against the body of the guitar in order to give myself a little bit more steady hand when I'm plucking. And when you get it up to speed, now I'll play a bass part using that technique. You see how my first and second fingers snap off the string, one right after the other, very quickly. Now, the other thing you have to watch is the coordination between your right and left hand. The left hand motion is a very feel-oriented thing, and you're using your left hand to choke the strings. So you have to watch and make sure that your left hand is going to lift off when you want the notes to sound, and also to bring it back down for the clicks that you want to hear. There's the motion. Now you see how my left hand is being used as a mute there, and also it lifts off when I want to hear the notes. Okay, let's play that along with the drums. Let's take this technique now and put it into another working example. For instance, if you apply it to exercise 13, the double stop exercise, you can do something like this. Now you notice in this example that I'm playing a double pluck when I move down to the A. Now I'm playing A and G. Here's the G note to F sharp to E. And I'm using my thumb on the open A string every time. Now you don't want to let them ring out quite that long. You want to keep them a little shorter. So it's the same pattern as we were playing when we were playing up on the E here. 7, 6, 5, and now we're 7, 6, 5, and A. So we'll try it again. 3, 4. Okay, in the next example, I'd like to go one step further and show you the 3-finger pluck. Now, in this technique, I find it helpful to bring my thumb down and then change the angle of my right hand a little bit so it's a little bit more perpendicular with the guitar. And also using my thumb as an anchor here when I go to do the plucks. see how my hand's just turning slightly here. This is a little bit tricky because most people's third finger is not very strong. And again, you have to pull your fingers out in very rapid succession. So let's try this along with the drums. Now the next technique I'd like to show you is something I call a strum. Now this is a little bit complicated because instead of plucking up, now we're going to use all four of our fingers and strum across the strings downward. You can see that motion as the fingers come down onto the strings. And here your left hand is very important to mute because even if you're going to play something simple, your right hand no longer has any control over the strings. You're simply doing this motion with your right hand, and your left hand is going to let the notes ring. And it also works very well on the high strings. Again, it's important to try and make as much contact as you can with each individual finger in your right hand. And there's the motion. Okay, the next technique I'd like to show you is a right hand tapping technique. And here the rhythm is created by using the fingers of your right hand. Now what I'm doing here is I'm bringing down my thumb, my second finger, my first finger, thumb, and third finger again in a circular motion. Now you'll see that each one of my fingers on the right hand is going to strike the E string. That's the basic motion right there. And of course, when you get it up to speed, it gets very intense rhythmically. Again, the main thing is to make sure that each finger is going to come into direct contact with the string. So now we'll do it along with the drums. 2, 3, 4.